Apple fighting the feds. They're not going to crack the San Bernardino terrorist iPhone. Sheriff David Clarke is with us, a frequent guest on the program and a valuable guest too. Sheriff, let's go right at this. Which side are you on? Are you on the law side, FBI, crack that phone and find out what's going on, or the privacy side, Apple?
Well, Stuart, I don't think these things are mutually exclusive. I think there's a sweet spot that can be attained here. This is a situation of the law not having kept pace with technology. It's also a matter of trust, that Apple does not trust the government with its secrets. And they have history on their side to do that. You look at the Eric Snowden. You also look at Mrs. Bill Clinton with her government secrets on an unprotected server. So, you know, as a law enforcement officer, of course, I like everything available to me, but I'm driven by my own self-interest as a cop. But I still think, Stuart, it's too much to ask the American people to give up in terms of privacy.
Okay, so you don't want the privacy cracked, but you also want to find out what's on that phone. I mean, it's a kind of a cleft stick, isn't it? I mean, it's a very difficult position. But I have to add, the FBI is saying that L.A., Los Angeles, still faces a major terrorist threat. And earlier today, Congressman David Jolly was saying that, look, Apple may have blood on its hands. So from your side of the aisle, the law enforcement side, the political side as well, they're saying, get inside that phone.
Well, you know, the government is good at the sky is falling rhetoric and these existential threats. Look, L.A. and any other city in America faces a threat of terrorism regardless of whether they get into this phone or not. It's going to be an ongoing threat. I think there can be a happy median here reached here, and I think with a meeting of the minds, if I were, excuse me, if I were FBI Director Comey, I would go visit Apple CEO Tim Cook, not pick up the phone and call him, go see him, establish a relationship. And I'm sure after a meeting of the minds, Apple would understand, and there's probably some way that they can assist the government here. But to ask Apple to provide backdoor will make all of their products vulnerable to hackers. We know they're not going to be able to keep these things secret. But I think we can still reach this thing short of just shoving a court order in somebody's face. I know Director Comey said, I'd like to reach a day where people comply with the law. Well, I would have thought that when Eric Holder withheld documents, subpoenaed documents by Congress under Fast and Furious, and Mrs. Bill Clinton did the same thing on holding back documents, emails from Benghazi. So now you have the shoe on the other foot in terms of the government. And now the government's finding out what it's like. And it's very difficult. This is a tough situation. However, in the end, Stuart, I still think both of these things can be achieved. We need balance. We need a sweet spot. I wrote a thesis on it, and I think it can be achieved.
Okay, I didn't know you'd written a thesis on it. But I've got 20 seconds left. Would you comment on Al Sharpton saying if Trump's elected president, he might just leave the country?
If Al Sharpton said that, then put me down for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump. But Sharpton doesn't have to worry about being deported. He should be in federal prison for income tax evasion, and I hope Donald Trump would do that.
Well, you kept it to 15 seconds, Sheriff. That was pretty good. Sheriff Clarke, we appreciate you being with us, sir. Thank you very much. All right.